Assalamu alaikum, students. This is Umar Nawab, and you know that today our plan is to do the revision for the end of term final exams. And you also know that our exam is on Sunday, and I'm trying to make this video 3 days earlier, although I was very busy. But now I'm just preparing this video. I hope this video will cover all the concepts which are covered in the end of term final exams. That's why when I will go through with the review pack, I will show you first what is our study list. Okay. So in front of you guys, the screen which is shared, um, it is our review pack. Okay. Let's go to the second page. In the second page, guys, we have here how many chapters coming? The chapter number 2, which is um, from algebra. Okay. 5 aspects of algebra I'm gonna give in your final exam. Um, you know, Simple expressions when the statements will be given to you and you need to convert them um, uh, into variables, into algebraic expressions. And then we will have algebraic expressions in which some variables will be seen, and he will give you some fixed values of those variables. You just need to plug in those values in the place of those variables. Since the calculator is allowed in this exam, you guys can verify your answers. So calculator can be used in substitutions. Then we have simplifying expressions without brackets. 2.4, we have more complicated algebraic fractions, expressions in which brackets are there, powers are there, indices. Yes, this is a very crucial topic in algebra. Many students, they struggle a lot. So when I will reach to indices, I will explain it, in detail so that you guys can revise what we have done it in the class and hear how we are going to apply this concept in doing some past paper questions. So guys, if you want to do at home some practice from the book, I have given you reference from the book 39 to 69. Then later on, guys, we have a chapter number 13, which is understanding measurements. The first two topics have been already tested in term one, in the midterm, so I did not include it. I included limits of accuracy. You remember lower bounds and upper bounds concepts. So this is coming in the exam. Also, we have added the conversion graphs. The graph is been given between two quantities. So if one quantity is known to you through the graph, you will tell what is the second quantity related to the first quantity. And then, guys, we have also exchanging currencies. Okay. If currency rate will be provided to you and you will be given one currency amount, and he will ask you how much the second currency equivalent to that given currency value. After that, in chapter number 17, just one thing I have added on. Interests are added from chapter number 17, guys, simple interest and compound interest. Again, if you want to do practice, you can go to the book pages. Pages are mentioned over here. You can do extra practice. Last but not the least, guys, the ratio and proportions. I just added one topic from ratio and proportions in which you need to divide the total amount, as a share of every individual in any investment or in any share. Okay, guys, as you can see, what are the resources required? Textbook. You already have that textbook. Classwork worksheets. You remember in your portfolio, the sheets which are given, especially past paper questions, are very important. Revision pack is important. Guys, if you want to do some practice from online resources, My iMath is a very helpful tool which we use in doing our homework for the class. SaveMyExams.com. I love this website. You can just go to it, write any topic from IGCSE from your study list. You can practice questions over there. The calculator, which is my favorite calculator, for IGCSE student, that is FX991EX. If you don't have it, try to have it, guys. But it doesn't mean that if you have it very close to the exam and you don't know how to use it, no, don't do this adventure. Yes, later on for Cambridge exams, you can have FX991EX. Otherwise, for the final exam, please bring your calculators. Don't keep them at home. This is the special exam where the calculator is allowed. Maybe later on in term two, I will make two exams. Now from 2025 onwards, the paper scheme is totally changed. Paper two is non-calculator, paper four is calculator. Maybe I will use this scheme in term two, but for the time being, uh, only calculator exam will be given to you. You will be given, guys, total 90 minutes, 40 marks are the total. But in the report cards, I will convert those marks out of 30. In past papers, you see that we have some space provided under every question. Plus, we will give you answering space. And I always advise you, as a good Cambridge student, you have to write your final answer in the answering space. Doesn't matter you have written your answer in the working area, but please copy paste it in the answering space. It helps the examiner to see the accuracy. Then sometimes examiner thinks if the accuracy is okay, then definitely the working will be fine. So you will have an extra, benefit. Sometimes you did a mistake in the working, but it is overlooked by the examiner because he sees that the answer is correct. If a student doesn't write the answer in the answering space, then examiner will go through with every thing which is given in the working area. So this is the important tip which I am giving you before the exam. But I'm not that type of examiner. I don't overlook things. I see your working because I need to prepare you for your Cambridge exam. So I have to look at your working and the answer. Anyways, scientific calculator is allowed, guys. Please use only blue pen in the exam and pencil if you want to draw the graphs. Yes, guys, if you can go to Teams, you can find all the worksheets which were given in the term and included in the study list. They have been already uploaded with solutions. So let's go, guys, to our work now. Our first topic is what? Making sense of algebra. This is the chapter name. Guys, using letters to represent unknown values. Question number one. Alan is Y years old and he has or she has 8 sisters. Got it? Now, uh, the first part is Ben is 3 years older than Alan. So now I need to write it in algebraic form. Alan is Y years old and Beth is 3 years older than. So it means I have to add. So Y plus 3 is a correct statement, or 3 plus Y. Both statements are correct. Next is Beth is, yes, okay, Beth is, Clara is 2 years younger than Alan. So I'm going to write for this Y -2. Be careful, guys. Then means this thing is bigger. So that's why I wrote Y first. Now, if you write 2 minus Y, that will be considered wrong. Clear? Next, Donna is 3 times of Alan's age. Obviously, I'm going to multiply Alan's age with 3. So Alan's age was Y, so 3Y is my answer. Y3 is not a good way of writing algebraic expression. We try to write the constant or the coefficient first, and then we write the variable. So anything which is written behind the variable, it's called coefficient. And I have never seen someone has written coefficient after y, after the variable. So the best way is write it as 3y. If in the exam a student write y3, it's not wrong. I know y is multiplying with 3. So this is fine. But, the elegance in maths is also very important. You have to write the number first and then the variable. Got it? Next, guys, let's move fast. Emma is half the Alan's age. So I'm going to write here, Alan is X. So I'm going to take that half of that, yani divided by 2, right? Alan is, let me check, it's Y, not X. So it's Y over 2. You may write it as 0.Y, or another way of writing, you can write half first and then write Y. But I think most students, they want to write the answer like this. And then after that, Fiona, 2 years older than Donna. So this is Donna. And now I need to make Fiona 2 years younger. I need to subtract. So Donna was 3Y. I need to subtract 2 from it to make it for Fiona. And then after that, Georgia is twice as Beth. Where is Beth? This is Beth. So let me take the twice of that. So I need to write 2 outside, and brackets are very, very important. If you don't write the brackets, yani if you write 2y plus 3, believe me, you are doing a mistake, because you are saying that I'm taking only the twice of y. However, the situation is not like that. You have to write 2 outside and y plus 3 in this way. It tells you that 2 is multiplying with both of the terms. Got it? So let's move on to the next target. The guy said, Hannah is 4 years older than Fiona. So 4 years, where is Fiona? Fiona is, I think this is Fiona. Got it? So I'm going to write older than. So older than means I have to add 4. So 3y minus 2 plus 4. But shall I keep it like that? No. Since I have minus 2 plus 4, I need to simplify. So 3, 5, minus 2 plus 4 is plus 2. That's the final answer for this question. Last part, Isabel is 3 times as Clara's age. So 3 times as Clara's age. So Clara, 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 Clara. This is Clara, guys. So now I need to multiply this y minus 2 with 3. So this is the best way. Don't write 3y minus 2. Let's go to the next. The guy said cost of, I want to find the total cost. Oh, no. The guy said the total cost of n bags is D dollars. So I have bags versus cost in dollars. I have n bags and their cost is D. The guy is asking you, what is the cost of one bag? So one bag, write X here and do the cross multiplication. In the class, I have told you, when you do the cross multiplication, the things which are not involving X, they will be written in the numerator. So 1 times D divided by the number which will be multiplied with X. So N. So I'm going to write N. In simple way, I can write D times 1 is D. So D over N is the answer for this question. So I used ratio technique. Next, a bag of rice is R dollars. A bag of almonds is $8. How many bags of rice I have? X bags. So the price of, yani, how many bag of rice? X bags. So price of X bags will be RX. I can write RX or XR, both are fine. So what is the price of Y bags of almonds? Obviously, that would be AY. But I am actually looking for the change, because I'm giving or using $20 notes. So what will be the change? So change will be the total amount, $20 minus, I need to put the brackets on, and I have to add these two values. So RX plus AY. I know many of the students, they don't want to write the brackets, but guys, if you don't want to write the brackets, then this minus will change this sign. So I'm going to write minus RX minus AY, but these two statements are fine. If a student in the exam write 20 minus Rx plus AY, that is wrong, because this says that you are just subtracting Rx from 20 to AY is added. Technically, that's wrong. So don't go with this. Now I'm going to go to the next questions and write the answers directly, because they are the repeated concepts, guys. So 5 pens, the price of 1 pen is P. So obviously, the total price of 5 pens will be 5p. And I have 11 rulers. The cost of one ruler is R. So 11 rulers cost will be 11R. I'm looking for the total. So final answer is 5p plus 11R. Next. Then I need to go to the next one. Three friends, okay. Collect model aeroplanes. Pite has as X aeroplanes. Rob has 7 more. So if it is 7 more, guys, I'm gonna write X plus 7 or 7 plus X. Both are fine. Sam has 3 times as mine as Piet, so 3X. So I'm gonna copy the answers, X plus 7 and 3X. That's fine. The rest of the questions, they are same. So I'm gonna just write their answers directly, 0.5p plus 7.5n. This is the price of B bracelets. And this is the price of N necklaces. Next, I have here 3x plus 5y. So 3x is the price of X bars of chocolate, and 5y is the price of Y bags of sweets. The price of one bag and one bar of chocolate is already given. We need to multiply with the number of items we are going to buy for each quantity or item. Next is 2.45x plus 3.15y. I'm not going to repeat it because this is the same idea. Yes, now the second concept came in front of us, substitution. Here you can use calculators, guys, because the value of y is given to you. The value of y is given to you as, I want to find the value of y, where he tells you that the value for, the u is -3, and the value of v is 2. I'm going to substitute. We use the brackets. And the same thing we will copy in our calculators. So guys, can you check that in the place of u, I'm writing here -3. And in the place of v, I'm copying 2. But when I use my calculators, guys, I'm going to get my answer, -30. I think in my detailed solutions, you can find how mentally we can do this work. Next is, guys, y equals a is -3 plus b and c. B is 2 and this is 8. When I write it in the calculator, or if I try to do it mentally, guys, as per BODMAS, you remember that 2 times 8 is going to give you 16, and then my answer is 13. Straightforward answer. Then we got to go to the next, y equals -3 whole power 3 plus 2 -3 whole square. When I write it in my calculator, I'm going to get my answer -9. One thing has to be noted here, whenever you have a cube, the minus sign will stay. So it gives you -27. But if you have an even power on negative base, that base will turn into a positive base. So 2 times 9 is going to give you 18. Got it? And -27 plus 18 is going to give you -9. So let me copy all the answers directly here. So C is 10 plus 2, and the D is -2, and it gives you 6. 5 squares C and D. I'm leaving the brackets, guys, here. And then I'm putting here the value of C, 10 and -2. Got it? And once you calculate from the calculator, it gives you 520. 7p minus 3q, guys, when you write here 7, 8, and -3, -5, when you calculate it from the calculator, it will give you 71. But if you want to do it mentally, 7 times 8 is 56. Negative 3 times negative 5 is plus 15. And here is your answer. Now, let's move on further. So the guy gave you 3 and -4, -5 and 2. When you simplify and get your answer from a calculator, gives you -22. Next is y equals -2, -7, plus -3. Y is equals to 14, -3. And we know the answer is 11. 5 times 7 minus 3, -2, guys. So this is 35 plus 6. Got it? And gives us 41. So repeated concepts are coming. So that's why I am not, you know, putting too much attention on explaining the steps to you guys, because these are repeated ideas. And in the class also we did it, right? So t is equals to 5 whole squared plus 4 and 3. 5 squared is 25 and 4 times 3 is 12, and the final answer will be 37. Now we reach to the simplifying expressions. So simplifying expressions, we have to combine the like terms. You can see 6r minus 4r, it will give you guys 2r, and 2s plus s will be giving you 3s. After that, 4f squared and minus 9f squared will give you minus 5f squared, and minus 3g plus 4g will give you plus g. All of them are added, p plus p plus p plus p, it will give you 4p. Now 9r and minus 6r is going to give you 3r, and minus 4s plus s will give you minus 3s. Then 7x plus x will give you 8x, and 11y minus 6y will give you plus 5y. Keep moving in the same way, we will get 8j minus 3k minus 8. Check your answers, guys. 3j plus 5j, it is 8j. Negative 4k plus k will give you negative 3k. Negative 2, negative 6 will give you negative 8. Now this will give you 3a minus 4b. 5a minus 2a will give you 3a. Minus 3b minus b will give you minus 4b. Now we have so many terms. Our answer final will come to us in this way. It will be 3k plus 4p minus 7. Here you go. 3k, 5k minus 2k. My 3p plus p is going to give you 4p. And then negative 2, negative 5 will give you negative 7. Next, we have final answer will be minus 2y squared plus x. How? 5y squared minus 7y squared will give you negative 2y squared. And negative 4x plus 5x will give you 1x or just x. Then all of them are like terms. Final answer will be just 4m. And then the last one is 2e minus 10f. 5e minus 3e is 2e. And minus 4f and minus 6f is minus 10. Now we came to the brackets. So student needs to know how to expand the brackets. So 5 multiplied with x will give you 5x, and 5 multiplied with negative 3 is negative 15. Now outside there is a negative sign, be careful. So negative 3 times x is negative 3x. This minus sign will change to the positive because outside we have a negative. So I'm going to change this negative to positive, and 3 times 5 is 15. And now I will simplify my result. So plus 15 minus 15 cancel. 5x minus 3x in simplification gives you just 2x. Now 3x squared is all alone outside, but this negative x is, multiplying inside the bracket. So I'm going to do that. So 3x squared I copied. Then I write x times x is x squared. And this negative sign will change to the positive sign because outside you have a negative sign. So x times 3y is 3x. Final answer is 2x squared plus 3xy. As you guys see, 3y squared minus x squared will end up with 2x squared. Expand the brackets, boys. 15c minus 20d and keep the negative 8c as it is because this is untouched. It has no relationship with the bracket. So I expanded that the effect of 5 will be happening only on the two terms inside the brackets 3c and 4d. Now, do we need to simplify? The answer is yes. We have here 15c and minus 8c, which will end up with 7c and minus 20d is an unlike term, so I'll just copy it as it is. Oh, wow. Now we have two brackets. So p times 4p will give you 4p squared. P times 5r is 5rp or 5pr. This is up to you. And then 2r multiplied with 6p will give you 12rp. And 2r times r is 2r squared. Be careful, guys. This is 5rp and this is 12rp. And then we can simplify it further. However, 4p squared and 2r squared, they are the unlike terms. I'm going to copy them as it is. But this one will give you what? This one will give you 17rp and 2r squared as it is. Next, I expand the brackets, guys, again. So 6x minus 15y minus 4x plus 4y. So after simplification, I'll get 2x minus 11y. Oh, now two brackets are multiplying. This is very, very interesting. So I'm going to multiply 2p with 3p. So those students who wants to understand this type of multiplication, for them, I am doing one more step. You can consider it as an extra step. So 2p will be multiplying with negative 2. Then 3 will be multiplying with 3p. Then 3 will be multiplying with negative 2. If students, they don't want to use this step, ignore it. But what is the final product coming? 6p squared. What is the final answer? Negative 4p. What is the final answer? 9p. What is the final answer? Negative 6. Then I can simplify these two terms and it's going to give me 6p squared plus 5p negative 6. Done. Now we have these two brackets are multiplying and 2x is multiplying with them and there is a plus sign in between. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to multiply x plus 1 and x plus 2 first. X plus 1 multiplied with x plus 2 on the side. It gives us x squared plus 2x plus x plus 2. And after simplification, give me x squared plus 3x plus 2. Got it? And 2x multiplied with x negative 3 gives you 2x squared negative 6x. Now, let us write, what is this equals to? This is equals to x squared plus 3x plus 2. Then there is a plus sign. What is the answer of this? The answer of this, please keep the brackets on. Although I know outside the bracket there is a plus sign, there will be no problem happening. It's better to make a routine that whenever you expand the brackets, and you are having, two expansions in the same expression, it's better to keep the brackets on. So 2x squared minus 6x. Now I'm removing the brackets and the good thing is outside the bracket we have plus sign. So leave the expressions as it is. Don't change their signs. Wow. Now There is no bracket. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to simplify. X squared plus 2x squared is 3x squared. And then 3x negative 6x is going to give me negative 3x, right? Move on. And then finally, we will have plus 2. And the plus 2 is only 1. So just try, right? Plus 2. Interesting question and very important from the examination point of view when the three brackets are multiplying. So let's multiply the first two brackets. So x plus 3 multiply with x minus 5. So x squared negative 5x plus 3x negative 15. X squared negative 2x negative 15. Wow. So instead of this, I'm going to write now x squared negative 2x negative 15 because I have already expanded it over here. I'm going to copy it. And this bracket is still waiting to be multiplied. Got it? Now x squared is going to multiply with this and x squared is going to multiply with this. So what is the answer, guys? X squared times 3x. This is the tricky part. X squared times 3x will be 3x cubed because x squared is going to multiply with x. So 3x cubed, and then x squared multiplied with negative 1 gives you negative x squared. Done. In the same way, negative 2x is going to multiply with 3x, so it gives you negative 6x squared. Then negative 2x multiplied with negative 1, very important, negative 2x times negative 1 is plus 2x. Do you challenge me? This is the right way, guys. Negative 15 times 3x is negative 45x. Whoa! Negative 15 times negative 1, it is 15. It is 15. Okay. Now 3x cubed is an isolated term. I'm going to copy it. And then Mr. Omer is going to add the x squared term. So this gives you negative 7x squared. Then I'm going to go to 2x and negative 1145x will give you negative 43x. Final thing is 15. Go to the next. Apply the same technique. So I'm going to copy x minus 2 and 2x plus 5. 2x squared plus 5x negative 4x negative 10. 2x squared plus x negative 10. So in the place of these two brackets, I'm gonna copy the expanded version. The expanded version is 2x squared plus x negative 10. Wow, I'm gonna copy it. But this one is not multiplied yet. I'm gonna copy it here. Let's do it. 2x squared times x, 2x cubed, 2x squared times 3, 6x squared, x times x squared, x times 3, 3x, negative 10 times x, negative 10x, and negative 10 times plus 3 will be negative 30. So 2x cubed is an isolated term, so I'm going to copy it. Then 6x squared plus x squared will give you plus 7x squared or negative x squared. So be careful, guys. What is the answer? I'm going to write plus 7x squared. Then we have 3x minus 10x, negative 7x, and then finally minus 30. Sometimes you see square on the bracket. So here you go. You write this bracket 2 times. Now I'm going to multiply. Here you go. We got the 4 terms, and then we simplify the middle 2 terms. So x squared negative 6x plus 9. So this is done. I'm going to copy it. X squared minus 6x plus 9. And then I copy 2x plus 5. So this gives you 2x cubed plus 5x squared, negative 12x squared, negative 30x, plus 18x, plus 45. I hope everyone is understanding it very well because this is a repeated concept. So 2x cubed, I'm going to copy it. And then I have here 5x squared minus 12x squared is negative 7x squared. Then I have negative 30 plus 18. It's gonna give me minus 12x. And then finally 45, which is an unlike term, and I copy it as it is. One of the extraordinary question of algebra is in front of you. Why I say this, I will tell you. 2x minus 3, the same bracket will be copied 2 times. Then there is a negative sign. 2x minus 3 and 2x minus 3 will be copied 2 times. The first step is this 2 will step inside in one of the brackets. So I'm going to copy 2x negative 6 and copy x minus 3. And then again, I copy the same. Now I will write bracket, bracket, negative, bracket, bracket, because I want to expand it and write it over here. I want to expand it and write it over here. In between, there is a negative sign, so be careful about that. So 2x squared negative 6x plus 18, 4x squared negative 6x plus 9. Keep the brackets intact. Why? Because we need to simplify them. So 2x squared negative 12x plus 18, 4x squared negative 12x plus 9. Outside the bracket, you have a plus. Don't change the sign. Copy it as it is. Outside the bracket, negative, so change everything. Plus 4x squared changes to negative 4x squared. Negative 12x changes to plus 12x. Plus 9 changes to negative 9. Now my final answer comes to me after the simplification. So it gives us, guys, negative 2x squared. And then after that, we have here negative 12x plus 12x. We need to cancel it. And then 18 minus 9 is going to give you plus 9. Okay. Next question is indices. We need to use calculator, guys. So if you use calculators, your answers will be straightforward. It's 4913 because 17 power 3 will be 17 times 17 times 17, or you may use calculator. So this is cube root of, cube root of 729. So 729 raised to power 1 over 3. This gives you 9. Directly from the calculator, you can get it. Square root of 196, everyone knows the answer is 14. It should be on your fingertips. 15 power 3, you may use calculator, guys. Your answer is 3375 because it means 15 times 15 times 15. Any number power 0, it is always equals to 1. Yes. So base 7 is equal to 7. So when it happens, I write a single power 7, 12. Division sign changes the sign of p. It becomes negative p is equals to 7 raised to power 17. So my friends, tell me, use your mental maths, what the value of p should be. Obviously, it should be negative 5 because negative makes 12 plus 5, and then you get the answer 17. So p has to be negative 5. Next is 3 x square and x power 4 will give you x power 6, and y power 3 and y is going to give you y power 4. Next, 6 times 4 is 24, u square, and w negative 3 plus 6 will give you w power 3. This one is interesting. I'm going to flip my fraction. So 81 goes up and 1 goes down. So negative 3 over 4 changes to plus 3 over 4. And now I'll write 81 3 over 4. 81 can be written as 3 power 4 times 3 over 4. So 4 cancel. What is left to me? 3 power 3, which is equal to 27. Now cube root. So 27 t raised power 27 raised power 1 over 3. Share the power with 27 and this. So 27 raised power 1 over 3 and t 27 times 1 over 3. Cube root of 27, everyone knows it is equals to 3. So 3 cancel with 27 gives you 9. So t raised to power 9. Share the power, 4 raised to power 4, a raised to power 4, and b 5 times 4. So 4 raised to power 4 will give you guys 256, a power 4 and b power 20. Next is x power 27. I will share the power 2 over 3 with it, and 27 also 2 over 3 with it. Now 3 cancel with 27 gives you 9. So 9 and 2 multiply, so x raised power 18. 27 can be written as 3 power 3 times 2 over 3. And cancel 3 with the 3, so x power 18 over 3 squared. And everyone knows 3 squared is 9. So x 18 over 9. Now I have a negative power, guys. Flip, 4 goes up and x raised power negative 2 goes down, and minus half becomes half. Now I'm sharing the power, 4 power half, and x negative 2 times half. So what is the square root of 4? It is 2. 2 to cancel, x power negative 1. If you want to keep it like this, or you want to send it up, so x raised power 1, x goes up, so its negative power changes to the positive power. So now 2x power 1. That's the final answer. Now I'm sharing 16 power half, 16 power half over 81 power half. The square root of 16 is 4. 2 cancel with 16 gives you 8, x power 8. And the square root of 81 is 9. That's the final answer. Okay. So let's move on. 16, we have here 16 times 4, which is 16, 4, and 32. When I do it on the calculator, my calculator will give it to me. The answer is equals to, with the help of calculator, it gives me 2. Okay. Now y 10, negative 4, and negative 7. When I do this, because 7 will go up, it becomes negative 7. I will get 2y raised power negative 1, or I can also write it as 2 over y. Now here I'm going to share 4 power 3, x power 3, and y 2 times 3. This is equals to 64, and x power 3, y power 6. Next, everyone knows 125 is 5 power 3, and 25 can be written as 5 power 2. So 25 here is 5 squared, and 25k is 5 raised by 3k. When the bases are same, powers are always equal to each other. So generate the, guys, what I said, the equation out of it. So what I'm going to do, I will put my 2 equals to 3k. So 2 is equals to 3k. So 2 divided by 3 is equal to k. So the value of k is 2 over 3. Now next is okay. So let's move on. There's a glitch here. Just wait. Try to fix it. So I have here 5 r power 1 over 3 and 125. So 125 can be written as 5 power 3, 5 raised power r over 3. Since the bases are same, so r over 3 can be equals to 3. So r over 3 is equal to 3. Send the 3 to the side. 3 times 3, which is 9. Next, limits of accuracy, guys. Whenever we want to find lower bounds and upper bounds, hold on. So now you can see the limits of accuracy, uppers and lower bound question. So 12,600 to the nearest 100. If you want to convert it to the nearest 100, the rule says that whatever the accuracy level you want it, you have to divide it by 2. So 100 divided by 2 gives you 50. So I will subtract 50 and add 50 in the actual number. So if you subtract 50, guys, you will get the lower bound, which will be 12,550, which is my lower bound. And upper bound is, after adding 50 in, 12,600 gives you 12,650. Now, as you can see, this is less than equals to, so the lower bound is always included, but the upper bound shouldn't be included. Next, we have here um, 455 centimeter to the nearest centimeter. So nearest centimeter means 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. So subtract 0.5 and add 0.5. So after doing this calculation, I will get 454.5 and 455.5. Next, 1400 kg, correct to the nearest 100 kilometers. So 100 divided by 2 gives you 50. So subtract 50 and add 50. So it gives us 1350 and 1450 as my upper bound. Next question, be careful. This is in meters, but the accuracy level is in centimeters. So why not we convert this meters into centimeters with a multiplication of 100. So it helps us to convert it into 567 centimeters. So nearest centimeter means 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. Subtract 0.5 and add 0.5. This will give us 566.5 and 567.5. But don't write the answers in centimeters, as the examiner wants the answer in meters. So again, you can reverse the process, divided by 100. This will give us 5.665 with the division of 100 and 5.675 with the division of 100. This two numbers. Next, again, 29.7 centimeters, but the accuracy level is in millimeters. First, convert your centimeters into millimeters. It will give you finally 297 millimeters. Now you need to subtract 0.5 and add 0.5, since it is 1 millimeter. 1 divided by 2 gives you 0.5. So this will help us to get the answer in 296.5 and 297.5. Don't forget, you have to give your answer in a centimeter. So divided by 10 will give you finally 29.65 centimeters and 29.75 centimeters. Conversion graphs. If we look at conversion graphs, guys, we have to give the first answer $80. Check that. This is your $80. Draw the straight vertical line, hit the curve, and then move parallel to x-axis and hit the y-axis. For sure, every line is representing 4, because 10 lines are representing 40. So each line represents 4. So let's move on from 40, or maybe you can move down from 80. So 80 minus 4 gives you 76. 76 minus 4 will give you 72. So my first answer is 72. After that, 108 Swiss francs. 108 is where? This is 100, 104, and this is 108. So when I draw this line, I can come down. So it will take me, guys, to 120. So 120 is my answer for second part. In question number 2, guys, he tells us that 50 Australian dollars is equal to 540 South African rands. So the graph is not drawn. So I'm going to use this 550 Australian dollars. is equals to 540, which is this. So this dot is representing 50 and 540. Let me draw my straight line from 0. I use the graph for the, I don't think so. He's asking us the graph. 1350 South African rands. Unfortunately, it is not in the scale. I have to use the ratio technique. I have Australian dollars and I have South African rands. 50 Australian dollars are giving us 540 South African rands. 1350 and X for Australian dollars. Do the cross multiplication. 50 multiplies 11350 divided by 540. That gives us the final answer as 125. Next is currency exchange. Dollar versus Swiss francs. Exchange rate is given to us 1:913. 4,000 versus X. Do cross multiplication. 1 times 4,000 divided by 0.913. This gives you 4381.16. Try to write your answer to the 2 decimals place. In the case of money, since we are talking about currency here, that's why I wrote my answer to the 2 decimal place. Sometimes examiner will mention to you that you have to write to the 2 decimal place. But if he doesn't mention, it's better to keep your answer to the 2 decimal place. So euro versus dollars. 1 represents 1.2685. X 20 cross multiplication. 20 times 1 over 1.2685. Final answer will be 15.77. So you can see I wrote my answer to the 2 decimal places. Next, euro versus dollars. So 1 represents 1.368. X 950 cross multiplication. 950 times 1 divided by 1.368. Final answer is 694.44. Euro versus Swiss francs. So 1:1.14. X for 200 cross multiplication. 200 times 1 over 1.14. 175.44. Now, managing money, simple interest and compound interest. First question is on simple interest. Formula, we already know that. What is that? Simple interest. It is equals to PRT over 100. Principal amount is 3,000. Rate is always given in percentages. Rate for me, it is 4. Time is 5 over 100. Write everything in the calculator and get answer 600. In the same way, we apply PRT over 100 since the question is related to simple interest. 200 times 4.05 times 2 over 100, and the final answer is 16.20. Then you can check questions are repeated. Simple interest is equals to PRT over 100. Formula will not be given to you in the exam, so please try to memorize it. I know, inshallah, with the practice, you will really master the formula. No need to memorize it specifically. So simple interest, 450 times 1.5 times 8 over 100, and that gives us 54. So I think 4 questions gives you good practice on simple interest. Now we come to the compound interest. Compound interest has no formula for compound interest, but you can find the total amount which will be yielded at a specific period of time, which will be given to you in the question. Formula is what? P 1 plus R over 100 raised to the power T. So what is the principal amount? 600. 1 plus 3.4 is the rate over 100 raised by T, which is 3. Answer is 663.30. Next, again, is asking you total amount. He's not asking in the question about compound interest. If he asks you, then simple thing is compound interest is equal to amount minus principal. But this is not the case here. So I'm writing here 200, 1 plus 3 over 100 raised to power 2. That gives me 212.18. Okay. Next, A is equals to 800. 1 plus 5 over 100 raised by 2. Write it in the calculator. You get 882. Next, A is equals to 120. 1 plus 3 over 100 raised by 2. Calculator will give you 127.3. Okay. Next, we have the questions on ratios. The guy tells you adults ratio with the children 3:2. You have to find the total or the sum. The 3 plus 2, it is equals to 5. Information is about the total people. So 140 should be written under 5. And he is asking you the number of adults. I write X under S. And then do the cross multiplication. So 3 times 140 on the top and 5 should be divided. So it gives you 84 adults we have. Next, if you want to get for the amount of money for either, so what is the sum? We have 5 plus 4 plus 3, that gives you 12. So for either, 5 over 12 times 18,000. And then 4 over 12 times 18,000. Last 3 over 12 times 18,000. First answer is 7,500, 6,000. The last one is 4,500. Then we have P and E. It is 7 and 6. Sum we know it is equals to 13, but the guy told us Pedro is spending 84 minutes. So that should be written, 84 should be written under Pedro. And he is asking for Eva's time. So do the cross multiplication. 84 times 6 over 7, that gives us 72 minutes. Finally, we have here yellow, pink, green, and sum. So 7, 3, 5, and 15. Guy said yellow is 42, and he's asking total number. So X should be written under the sum. Do the cross. 42 times 15 divided by 7, that gives you 19. Now, red, green, blue, and sum. Red is 12, 5, 2, sum is 19. Did you see that from 5 to 12, how much more it is from green to red? How much more it is? It is 7 more. 5 to 12 is 7 more. And he said in numbers, how much more it is? 112. Basically, from 5 to 12, it is 7, but he gave you the number 112. Now, what is the question all about? He said like the number of blue. So under blue, you write X and do the cross multiplication. So 112 times 2 divided by 7, that gives you 32. Last question. I have the first prize and the second prize. First and the second prize. It's 9, 5. How much more it is? 4. He said more is equals to 500 and asking about the total. So sum is how much? 9 plus 5 is 14. I'll write under X, X under 14. Do the cross multiplication. So 500 times 14 divided by 4, that gives you 1,750. And that's all, guys, with the, um, uh, the revision pack, and we are done with this. I hope this explanation will help you to understand and to go through with all the concepts which are covered in the study list. But this is not the end of the world. I want you to practice more and more and more. For this, there are some other resources recommended in the study list. So please go through with them and do let me know if you find any problem. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.